Hi, this is Mr. Watson. Today we're doing a Khan Academy tutorial on order of operations. So first off, we need to talk about the different order of operations. As you can see here, I have PEMDAS, that's parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. You'll notice that I wrote multiplication, division together in the same color, and the same thing for addition and subtraction. That's because one is not more important than the other. You don't always do multiplication before division, only when it appears first. So I just wanted to clarify that. So if we're approaching this problem right here, we're going to take a look at this and we're just going to start, are there parentheses? No, there's not. So we can move on to the next thing. Are there exponents? Yes, there are exponents. There's an exponent right there. That means we have to settle this first before we do anything else in the problem. So 3 to the 4th power does not mean 3 times 4. It means 3 times itself 3 times. And I believe that's 81 because we got to have 3 times 3 is 9, and then we have 3 times 3 is 9. That's 9. That's 9. And then 9 times 9 is 81. Now, anytime I get done answering it, okay, so let's actually drop this down further. So this was 81. I'm going to drop down everything else around it exactly where it was. So this plus was to the left. Then we had a 9, we had a plus, we had a 1, we had a minus, and we had a 9, okay? It's very important that you rewrite the problem. And the effect that's going to happen is you're going to have this like funneling effect where you get smaller and smaller and smaller as you evaluate. Now, we're going to go ahead, since we have no more exponents, we're going to go ahead and look at, is there multiplication? No. We're going to move on. Is there division? Well, technically I should have said, is there multiplication or division? And it's no for both of those. So I can go ahead and move on to addition and subtraction. Now, with addition and subtraction, I'm not going to do addition first because that's going to lead to the wrong answer. What I'm going to do is, because it's just that one operation, those two operations remaining, I'm going to go left to right. So I'm going to start by doing 9 minus 1, that's 8. Then I'm going to drop everything down. 8 plus 9, that's 17. Drop everything down. Then I'm going to do 17 plus 81, and that's, what's that, 98. And then I'm done. So my answer is 98. That's the whole process, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and type 98, and we're going to just apply the same procedure to all these problems that we're about to do. Okay, now it doesn't look like, this one looks a little bit different, so I assure you it's not. So we're going to do the same thing. Are there parentheses? No. Are there exponents? Yes. This is a big one. So if you're ever like stuck on something like this, it's good to write it out. This is 5 to the 4th power, and really what that means is it's 25 times 25, okay? So we have 5 times 5 is 25, and then we do that twice. So now we have 25 times 25. It's not too difficult. You guys can definitely do standard algorithm, okay? We get 5 times 5 is 25. That's 10. That's 12. 0, and we're going to do the same thing. We get 10. That goes up there, 4, and then 5. So it's 625, okay? So 625. And then we have this fraction here. All I did was the exponents. I rewrote the whole problem just with the exponents. Now, we're done with exponents. Do we have multiplication or division? Yes, we have division. That's what this little fraction is right there. Now, I know that's probably a little tricky that you have 625 divided by 5. Again, it's doable, but I get that you may need to use a calculator on this. So you can do 625 divided by 5. You're going to get 125. Because essentially what that is if you're dividing away one of those 5s of this original 5 to the 4th power, it's really just 5 to the 3rd, or 25 times 5. Okay, so that's 125. So I'm just going to change this to 125, and then I have plus 4 there, and then I only have addition and subtraction left. No subtraction, but I have addition. I get 129 as my answer. Again, I'm not too, for my own personal class, I'm not too bothered that a student might use a calculator because you still need to know what order to do the operations in. Okay, match each expression to an equivalent expression. Okay, so we're going to have to answer each one of these first. Let me start with what looks like the easiest one. Here we have parentheses and exponents. So I'm going to handle the parentheses first, and inside the parentheses, I have subtraction. So I'm going to do 2, and then what happens with this exponent? Same thing, I drop it down, just like all those other problems before, and I get 2 to the 2nd power. That's 2 times 2, and that's 4. I'm going to go up here to the next one. I have exponents and multiplication. Of course, I'm going to do exponents first. 3 to the 1st power is 3, and that's it. Multiply by 2, and that's going to give me 6. Okay, so this was 4. That was in fact 4. This one was in fact 6, so I need to move that guy up. And I'm guessing this guy up here is 1. So we can just double check that. 2 to the 4th power is 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And that's going to be 16. And then I have to divide that by 4 to the 2nd power, which is 16. So remember, we have to do exponents first. Okay, change both of these. Okay, and then division comes after that. So then we divide 16 divided by 16. Okay, that's 16 divided by 16, and that, of course, is 1, because that's the last option anyway. So you just need to move that, and we're done. Okay, next question. Oh, we have lots of exponents here, 2 different sets of exponents. Now, if we have 10 and it's a really high power, anytime you have a power of 10, that just tells you how many zeros there are, because really what that is 10 times itself 7 times. So I'm at 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's going to be 1 with 7 zeros. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So that's 1, 2, 3. What was that? 10 million? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that's my first one. 1 to the 3rd power. Anytime you have 1 raised to a high power, it doesn't matter. It's just going to be 1. So 3, 6, 7 plus 9 plus 1. So I'm just going to write, this is going to be plus 10. Or 10 million plus 9 is 10 million 9, and then 10 million 10. So 10 million, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1 0. Okay, so keep them straight here. I have 1 plus 5 zeros and then 1 0. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 0. I think that's good. And we're all done. Okay, so really kind of painless. That's order of operations. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out other order of operations videos I have on my channel. I look forward to seeing you next time right here on Wes Explains Best.